All right, welcome back to Modern Mystic Messages. Thank you for clicking in and hopefully following through. Yeah, we're about ready to come up on it. I don't think it's going to take much longer to tell the story. Hopefully not, because in the Lost Book, when he gets towards the end, they know that there's another cataclysm coming soon now, because they said that it was coming. It wasn't all the way to the next shar. It was about 2/3 the way through. So really, truthfully, any time now, and they have pulled up in the physical sense from off of the planet a while back. Part of what I think the Dark Ages and all that was about when it was super quiet. However, we get the stories of the Watchers and all the angelic activity and all that. And Yeshua promised he was coming back. I told y'all he was coming and bringing a whole lot of his galactic friends and family with him. And faithfully, I believe he has done exactly that. But yeah, the oh man, I lost the thought. Oh yeah, in the if at the very end of that of the Lost Book, they're talking about how they're all kind of watching and all that, and it as it was going through that, and I'm realizing truthfully, because of the length of their time, we're going and churning and burning through all these iterations and generations, but it literally is only a year or two that but they are still watching, very interested to see because, and this part was given to me a few weeks or months ago when I first started linking up with the Anunnaki material. Remember when I said they hide everything in plain sight and they show you the truth in plain sight through Hollywood and all of that? Yeah, they put a whole lot of crap out there in the thing. You have choices. Yahweh said, choose this day whom you'll serve. Joshua and Caleb and all of them said, as for me and my household, we shall serve Yahweh. And the world been going to hell in a handbasket ever since. But Yahweh showed people who he was when they got delivered from Egypt. First off, they was out there complaining, man, you should have left us in Egypt. We have plenty of food and this and that. Really, slavery in Egypt wasn't so bad, yo, under Enki's people. But Yahweh said, let my people go. And he did. But because of their disobedience and their daring to go back and worship the bull, he made those people roam around for 40 years in the desert for a trip that was only 11 miles, just out of sheer, because like I said, time is no essence to them. But he did, he led them lost in the desert for 40 years. That's a vengeful God because they dared to question how they were going to be delivered out of this incredible, horrific, cataclysmic situation they were facing then. And even once he gonna lead them to the so-called promised land, he didn't secure it for them. He was like, let's watch this. We're gonna have a little fun. There's your promised land, but you got to fight all of these giants, the Igigi. You gonna have to fight them to get that. It's there for you though. There's your promised land. Choose who you gonna serve, but if you want this promised land, here you go. That's Enlil, people. That's who he is. So the fact that they know that there's another cataclysm coming when the council and all of that was having it, he still holds to let them die. He doesn't care. They've pulled up off the planet, basically. They got the whole avatar thing that they can come in and out when they want to, but they see the cataclysm coming. They know when it's happening, something that happens with Nibiru's rotation of planets or something. They know it's coming way before we will because of the way they watch things in times. And that was, like I said, astronomy, astrology, meteorology. That was all in Inky's thing. He knows. And mankind could be saved, but this one is so bad. Then Herzog said flood will not take humanity again, but whatever's coming is so bad that remember the other thing in looking, there's a movie called Knowing, Nicolas Cage, watch it if you haven't. In that movie, they knew a cataclysm was coming, people, and extraterrestrial forces had connected with humanity. They were like, we can't save everyone, but they were going to take a contingent of people up into the spaceships with them in time for them to miss out on this calamity that was going to befall humanity. But they knew that if they didn't take that contingent up, humanity would be wiped out. But there was a galactic promise. When Enlil and Enki dared to play God, The Bible says earth was given to the sons of men. We have Anunnaki sentience and intelligence, and because of that, earth is been we've been given dominion over earth. If we can get past this point of actually waking up to notice that and stop killing each other with all of these God driven wars, if we can figure out the puzzle and get to the other side of that tribulation, to the other side of revelation, we will inherit the earth. And I firmly believe when that happens, according to what we're seeing in the end of Revelation, those who make that survival leap, jump, timeline, reality thing, whatever, they'll be, however, they talk about that rapture. Well, what if they're not being raptured up by Sky Daddy, but taken up on ships to avoid the calamity that's coming? They have the capacity to do that. And the ones that will go, according to my understanding, are those who are able to see, process, and accept this information and be willing to work with and taught, because they are going to have to be the new creators of New Earth to come back and rebuild after whatever is happening, which is truthfully a culmination of the energies that all the warmongering and stuff we've been doing here on this past planet, that feeds into storms, energies. War breeds an energetic expression of it, has to pop off somewhere, and it's coming, and it's going to be big, people. But each and every one of us can put ourselves and or our children, families, what have you, in a position to potentially work with and be saved from that by being taken off planet as it happens and being put back here so that humanity continues. But the humanity is going to be allowed to continue are not the vengeful, greedy, violent, depraved folks that's been riding this off the wheels for centuries. It says the meek shall inherit the earth. And it's the ones who can put down their plowshares and their spear, their, what is it, the plowshares and their pruning hook, turn their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks, and they shall learn war no more. That's in Revelation, people. So all these billions and trillions of dollars we spend funding all these wars around the planet, we are our own self-fulfilling prophecy leading us to a self-extermination. The only way to win is to understand that Revelation is a battle of the mind, and we have to take it inward and put down our swords and understand that we are our brother's keeper. We must learn and accept unconditional love, and that we are all one, that unity thing, and then become the powerful creator with source that you're intended to be able to not only turn off your worship gene, but to activate your diamond core God cell and be truly sentient beings for the first time ever on this planet. We've never gotten this far. They didn't lie either in the Matrix when they told you about the iterations. Like I said, there have been calamities after calamities, and we keep rebuilding and redoing this. And each time, some of people, folks, come back and get a little more, and they write down a book of what they've received or channeled, and somebody will come along and find it, and we're connecting the dots and putting it together. But I firmly believe with what's coming now, we don't have no more choice to comfortably sit back and dismiss this stuff as poo poo, or continue to believe what the churches want us to believe, that only what's put in what they call the Holy Bible is real and the rest of it is myth and it's a lie or it's evil or it's any of that. We don't have time to sit here and debate over which religion is right. This is about a level of consciousness that may allow you to be spared when before this entire planet is scourged with something that's going to truly decimate the planet. And our Anunnaki progenitors are telling us, well, not all of our, like I said, our other Anunnaki progenitor doesn't care if none of us survive, but there is one who is saying there is a way for you to be prepared through this Earth School situation, and some of you can be saved, because he's just not willing to let scrap the whole project and throw the entire baby out with the bathwater. He's not willing to do so, but Jehovah is. We're definitely going to have to dig further because I don't want to be on an angry or disrespectful. I've had conversations with Yahweh once I understood and the jig was up. And like I said, I have much respect. I don't hate the player or the game. But at this point in time, understanding that all along, everything that was good that was coming from that was not who was taking the person that was taking the credit for it and got us worshiping and killing each other so that we can serve him and pay him and feed him and all the rest of that and keep ourselves bound in ignorance. The fact that he's taking the credit for what his the actual good brother tried to do. They said that the whole world is lying in the power of the wicked one, and that one of the greatest tools of the devil is his anonymity. And truer words have never been spoken because this entire time, every single one of us, and I will say us now because it took me a minute to step away from religion. I've been baptized twice in the Christian faith. That's how sincere I was about trying to know God and understand. So I'm not trying to cast aspersions or anything, but now that I know what I know, that scripture, choose this day whom ye shall serve, takes on a whole nother meaning. And as for me, and I hope my household, they're grown and doing their own thing, and nobody can choose for anybody but anybody. But I'm hoping and praying, as for me and those I love, I gotta rock with Enki on this one because he's at least trying to give us some kind of help for us to be saved when this next wave rolls through. He's not willing to just roll up out of here and say, y'all, it was fun, but I'm out, and then go home. They've been trucking gold out of here for the last well, actually, they've been trucking gold off of this planet for the last 30,000 years at least. And for his part in and all of them have done co-creating with us here and procreating with us here. There's a lot of them that are interested to see how this plays out because we are their offspring. But we got to actually wake up enough and become conscious enough to know it and understand it and see the bigger picture. And we're down to the wire now. If they knew another cataclysm was coming, a whole shar ago, and we're 2,000 years into the next shar. I don't know if it's going how many generations it's going to be before what we're seeing of fulfilling a Bible prophecy and the stuff that I've been led to and so-called the pieces of insight that I've been given over the past few years. 1875, I think, was the world planetary wake up call, labor pains. I'm telling you, the alarms are ringing. It's like change of plans. If you're planning on surviving, now is the time to wake up. I honestly don't believe we have more than possibly two more potential generations before they're going to have to pull up all the ships and leave. We know they haven't left yet. We've been seeing them in the night sky for hundreds of years and having the government tell us, oh, that's nothing, it's a weather balloon. They're all still here, people. And we have an opportunity to figure this out. Let the dog and pony show stop. Accept the truth and stop being so child minded that we can't accept the truth when it's laying in our faces in plain sight. And we can turn this pony around in the road and actually help ourselves be saved. And Lord Inky is begging us to do that. Storm warning. And we're going to get the rest of the cards later. But this is the end of the message. I'm going to finish pulling. I got a few more decks to pull the 7x7 for, and I'll have to record it later. I'm going to get a chance to go to Busch Gardens with my family and see my beautiful grandson today. And I'm loving that. So I got to get out of priestess mode and into family, into Gigi mode. But I love you and thank you, thank you, thank you. We will talk more about this later, but I had to get this off my heart. It is now on digital content. I will upload it so it can't be lost. Please share this with any and everybody that you know, whether you believe it yet or not, or agree with it yet or not. Please let them decide. But you can lay the Bible next to the Lost Book of Enki, and there are other books we're going to look at to try to see how it goes. But just even with those two, and then make your own decision. But just hear the information. Please read it, hear it. I love you, family. Peace and blessings to you. Until next time, namaste.